Realizing the person you loved hurt you on purpose is heart-wrenching. But oddly enough, it can also be freeing. Because once you see the sadism clearly, you realize why protective measures such as no contact isn't cruel, it's necessary. From my experience, narcissists enjoy your suffering much more than what is commonly recognized. And it's time for us to name it for what it really is. I'm Emma, a medical doctor and abuse survivor. This video is about the connection between narcissism and sadism, because taking a closer look at this can finally bring you clarity. Let's get into it. Did you ever feel that your pain wasn't only ignored, but actually seemed to please the narcissist in your life? Perhaps they smiled or smirked when you were hurt. Or perhaps it was the way that they were watching you when you were struggling. How many of you have seen that smirk, that satisfactory smile when you are suffering or in pain? Let me know in the comments. Sadism isn't always obvious. It's not always a person beating you in the head with a stick and smiling. In fact, most of the time it's veiled. There are many ways that a toxic person may enjoy your misery. By withholding help, comfort, basic needs, not helping you out when they easily could, like when they are unemployed and have nothing scheduled and you are sick, but yet they refuse to help you with the children. Or a small kind word that wouldn't cost them anything when you were sad. This can also look like enjoying your failures instead of supporting you through them. Or creating hardships, like selling your car so that you're forced to take the bus. Or having you sleep in an uncomfortable or unsafe space. Waking you up on purpose so that you don't get rest, perhaps by some manufactured crisis. All of this creates directly or indirectly some discomfort or emotional pain for you. The next level I call twisting the knife. They might say things that they know will cut deep. Or when they see that you are close to your breaking point, instead of taking a step back, they push forward. Teasing you about things that make your skin crawl, like touching your feet if you don't like it, or mocking your sensitivity in a jokeful manner. Or they might attack you verbally or accuse you of something so that you're left having to defend yourself. The next level would be physical or intimate violations. They may brush your hair roughly, pinch you as a joke, or hit you hard somewhere on the body, also in a joking manner. Touching you in ways that make you feel deeply uncomfortable, like a parent insisting on filing your nails instead of clipping them, even though you protest. Or a partner insisting to help you with your body in some intrusive manner. And in the intimate setting, insisting on degrading or painful acts and not listening to your no. And then there is the obvious things that we normally call sadism. Physical abuse or acts of torture where the infliction of pain on you is a source of pleasure. Then there is the most covert form of sadism. Everyday care that's disguised as concern. Like forcing you to undergo some procedure or treatment that is painful when there are better options. For example, when I was 10 years old, I had a massive burn wound on my hand, and my mother forced me to pour alcohol on this wound twice a day until it healed. And she would stand over me and watch very intensely as I did this. And I think that it was because she did enjoy seeing my pain. They might pretend that they didn't know, or that your pain is an overreaction. They will often claim that their cruelty is just tough love, when in reality it's sadism dressed up as concern. And we often call just the most cruel and vile and obvious act sadism, when in reality it's the same driving force that lies or may lie underneath all of these behaviors. The desire to watch you squirm, watch you be in pain, inflict suffering on you through their actions. And the intent shows in the way that they often keep doing the same thing that you have told them hurt you, and in the way that they increase their behavior in order to get the same reaction from you. A lot of psychologists explain narcissism as a defense mechanism, them being fragile, or that their behavior is driven by shame. But survivors who have seen this behavior that we're talking about in today's video can name it for what it really is. It's cruelty. That smirk, that gleam in their eyes, and their joy when you're suffering, that's not shame. That's sadism. And unfortunately, for many of us, this wasn't new. We saw this in childhood. So when a partner starts to do the same thing, it feels eerily normal to us, because we were taught that cruelty is a part of love and even a part of life. But once you clearly see this enjoyment of your pain, you can stop asking yourself, what's making them do this? And you can start asking yourself, how do I protect myself? Otherwise, you may waste years trying to heal them, trying to love them and understand them, all the while your empathy is binding you closer to a person who is hurting you while claiming that they're trying their hardest. Sadism is when someone gains pleasure from another person's pain. For many of us, seeing another person in pain brings up empathy and the desire to help them, but not for the sadistic person, especially when they are the ones that are inflicting the pain. It brings them a sense of power. It's a power rush, because if they are the source, they are the cause of your pain, then they have the power to take it away. So they, for a moment, while they're making you suffer, that moment they have absolute power over you. And for the survivors who grew up with the narcissistic parent, it may take longer before we realize this pattern in our partner, because we were taught to see this as normal family life. And here's the deeper danger. This search for pain and power isn't just painful for you, it also makes you connect and bind you tighter to the abuser. This is what's known as the trauma bond. When he yells at you and rages at you in the evening, and then makes you coffee in the morning with a kiss on the cheek, that creates first the deep despair and anxiety, and then he is the one who has the power to shift that suffering into relief when he changes his behavior. This makes you cling tighter to him. When you reconcile, the brain is flooded with dopamine and oxytocin, and you suddenly feel very intimate and close to the person who abused you. This is a chemical bond, and it's a trap, and it's called the trauma bond. If you want to learn more about how to break it, I will link the video here. Now, with time, you don't just accept this pain as part of love. You also start to anticipate the anger outbursts, and you may try to act differently and to try to prevent the abuse and the blow-ups. And this is when the fawn response takes over. When you start to attend to their moods before they hurt you, before the abuse comes, and you prevent it by trying to keep them happy, that is called fawning. And when you do that, ironically, it makes them feel even more powerful. And the more they hurt you, the stronger this response will become in you. It's important to remember that sadism is not real strength, because they are dependent on your love and forgiveness and empathy and your feelings in order to get that sense of a power rush. And once you realize that, you can begin to take that power back. Your pain should not be entertainment, and your suffering should not be at their control. And the most powerful step you can take now is to walk away. If this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Your story may be exactly what another survivors need to hear right now. And I would recommend that you watch this video about the fawn response next to learn more about that. I'm Emma, holding up a light over the bridge. See you in the next video.